Yeah, hi folks. Well, we've won the America's Cup again, and that pleased me no end. But not so much because we won, but rather because it sucked the oxygen out of the Muslim propaganda week. And for that matter, the entire woke left in New Zealand suddenly became winners overnight of this multi-million-dollar sport they hate so much. Even when there were no women on the boat, no transgenders on the boat, nor any ethnic diversity on the boat. Anyway, folks, later on in this video I'm going to cover the Eleanor Mosque a bit. But first, the following may help you understand why the left have suddenly fallen in love with this sport.
According to the World Economic Forum, 8 million tonnes of plastic enters the world's oceans every year.
Yeah, and 90% of it comes from 10 rivers, 8 in Asia and 2 in Africa, none in New Zealand.
To give that some context, that's a garbage truck full of plastic waste dumped into the ocean every minute. If you think that's grim, the report predicts there will be more plastic by weight than fish by 2050 if no immediate action is taken. EcoStore is doing something, producing bottles made from recycled ocean waste plastic. And when they're not winning the America's Cup and Olympic gold medals, sailors Peter Burling and Blair Tuke have also been...
Oh, the wonderful young woke folk.
...lending a hand, and they join us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us. Kind of off topic for you guys, but sort of on topic, because the water is very important to both of you. Tell us about your own experience and why you wanted to get involved.
Yeah, well, I think Pete and I spend so much time on the water that, it's pretty natural for us to talk about it. We've teamed up with EcoStore. They're backing our Olympic campaign towards Tokyo 2020, and it's really cool to get behind this new initiative that they have, recycled ocean plastic into their bottles, 20,000 bottles, limited edition. I think the coolest thing about that is that it's, as well as being part of the solution, it's also helping to raise awareness that there is a lot of waste in the ocean that shouldn't be there.
And raising the awareness of the amount of waste, for us landlocked humans, is probably quite important. Peter, when you're out there in the open water, what is it like? Have you seen a change over time?
Yeah, well, I think definitely in some places overseas you definitely get a little bit numb to seeing how much plastic's out there, but it definitely hits home a little bit when you get back here and see how much plastic's in around our shorelines and coastal areas, and when you see it offshore. So it's something that definitely makes us a little bit sad, but it's something that we also want to be part of the solution as well. So I think another cool initiative EcoStore is doing is working towards a circular economy and being able to refill their bottles and try and hedge away from using plastic.
Yeah, hedge away from using plastic and use what? Paper and cardboard? Yes, cut down good trees, use good timber to make paper and cardboard. Stick to sailing, guys.
So tell us about this circular economy. Of course, you're saying reuse the bottles, so you can take these back in and they'll refill them for you. Is that right?
Yeah, they've got refill stations at their stores and at some supermarkets. So, yeah, because essentially that's still plastic, but like I said before, it's neat because it is out of the ocean, so it sort of shows how it is, how you can reuse it. But the best thing to do with those sort of bottles is to take it and refill it, because you don't need to keep buying new ones.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, they say. So, as you said, it is still plastic though. When are we going to move to having products that aren't in plastic containers?
Well, I think the cool thing about as we go forward is there's always new technologies, and people come out with smarter ways all the time.
Yes, smarter ways. Yes, my local supermarket has got a smarter way. They're now selling their coleslaw in cardboard containers, which dries it out and is unhygienic. Now to this hypocritical globalist piece of filth.
So hi, I'm Stephen Tyndall, the founder of The Warehouse. I'm here at the America's Cup Village with Grant Dalton, the CEO of Emirates Team New Zealand, and we've got something really exciting to announce. The Warehouse is going to be the official sustainability partner for Emirates Team New Zealand.
Oh, sustainability partner. Very, very woke words.
That means that the warehouse is supporting Emirates Team New Zealand to become carbon neutral for the 36th America's Cup. That's a first for Emirates Team New Zealand.
I'm particularly excited about this because it marries two things that I'm passionate about: sustainability and innovation. You know, the warehouse was the third global retailer to become carbon neutral.
You lying piece of filth. Almost everything you sell in the warehouse comes from China, the biggest polluter in the world. Anyway, now to the truth about the Al Noor Mosque, and hat tip to Burble Herbal for this one.
I've been inundated with messages from jihadis, but the Islamic community, a lot of leftists who are trying to say that by me publishing these facts, I am somehow justifying the murder of innocent people. No. And I have now condemned the disgraceful actions of this man at least 50 times online. There is no justification for targeting innocent people. I'll say it again. Never. There wasn't. It was wrong. It was disgusting. It was shameful. It was horrific. Watching the footage made me sick. And my heart goes out to anyone affected by it. But we need to discuss the mosque too. And the fact is that mosque, thank you, CA, the fact is that that mosque has a history, and a history that everybody needs to know. In 2014, two jihadis, well, they were actually killed in an airstrike in 2013, a US-led airstrike in Yemen. Two jihadis were killed. In 2014, it was reported that one of the parents claimed that her son and her friend and the friends, so the two friends, were radicalized by extremists in that mosque, the Al Noor, whatever it's called, mosque in Christchurch. Now, a few people have come back to me since I've published those articles saying that Imam Tawhidi says it's not really that mosque. I've spoken to Tawhidi. He didn't actually read the evidence when he made that statement, and today he's going to clarify. The fact is, it was that mosque. 100% it was that mosque. Other people are saying, oh, well, it's only the parents, they're lying, this and that. Mate, that was in 2014. It's not like the parents came out following the shooting. Now, the media have gone back to many of their articles and just tried to remove the reference of which mosque exactly it was, obviously because it doesn't suit the leftist narrative. I'm going to say it again. It does not justify what happened at all. But the truth must be told. And the fact is, at least two terrorists, Islamic terrorists killed by US forces in Yemen, came from that mosque, were radicalized in that mosque. And allegedly, at least in one occasion, at least one occasion that we know about, an Indonesian extremist sheikh was brought to the mosque to preach violent jihad in Christchurch to the local community.
Yeah, so was RV telling the truth there? Well, let's go and find out from Stuff, the poster child for left-wing propaganda in New Zealand. Kiwi lad's death by drone. July 27, 2014. So this is 5 years prior to the terrorist attack. So I'm actually quite amazed that Stuff hasn't actually deleted this. I'll just scroll down a bit. And here we go. We have the Al Noor Mosque. Al Noor Mosque, where Daryl Jones attended. Yeah, so he attended here. I'll scroll down some more to the main bit, if I can find it. Jones was killed alongside Australian Christopher Harvard, whose parents said he was introduced to radical Islam at the Al Noor Mosque in Christchurch. Mosque leaders confirmed Harvard stayed there and studied in 2011, but denied radical teaching took place. But a man who attended a converts weekend at the mosque 10 years ago said a visiting speaker from Indonesia talked about violent jihad and plenty shared his views. Most of the men were angry with the moral weakness of New Zealand. I would say they were radical. So there you go, folks. RV was telling the truth. Now, folks, I've posted a link to this article in the description below. Yeah, now, folks, getting back to the America's Cup. I thought it was pretty good, apart from the wokeism and the lack of competing teams. Now, I especially enjoyed the technology. It was really, really good. And the speed. It was good to watch.